across the Goulburn Valley. This is Win News.
Tonight, regional welfare groups concerned the job seeker rise is not enough. More locals financially distressed due to the pandemic. And scholarships to help Goulburn Valley students start their dream degrees. Good evening, I'm Bruce Roberts. Also tonight, the young shepherd and auctioneer battling it out to be named the best caller. Regional welfare advocates have argued the $25 a week increase to job seeker is not enough. They were calling for a boost of $350 a fortnight, but the federal government says the scheme needs to be sustainable.
A boost for struggling job seekers.
I've been applying for jobs recently and there'll be like 100 or more other people that are applying for the same jobs.
The job seeker payment will increase by $50 a fortnight to around $615 when the coronavirus supplement is scrapped next month.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I think that'll help so many people.
But welfare advocates say the move's insulting.
I know that for me, $50 a fortnight would mean I could buy half a sandwich at my local deli every day. The government needs to consider raising the rates to a significant level, probably the poverty line, so that people who are unemployed can actually thrive.
The number of job searches required each month will also rise gradually to 20 from July 1 to crack down on those avoiding work.
Every person we get in a job, they're better off and the country's better off. And so that remains our objective.
We don't seem to experience that in our industry, so there's always people actively looking for retail work.
Around 1.3 million Australians are currently on unemployment benefits, an increase of 700,000 people before the pandemic. The $50 increase to job seeker will begin on April 1 and will also apply to youth allowance and parenting payments. Hershayla Kumarawansa, Win News.
The Premier has indicated more restrictions could ease across the state from Friday, which will mark the end of the 14-day incubation period for the Holiday Inn coronavirus cluster. The state has now gone 4 days without recording a new case. The eased restrictions could see 30 visitors allowed to homes and up to 75% of workers return to the office. Bills plus credit card and household debt have been identified as the leading causes of financial distress during the pandemic. Family violence and mental illness have also increased during lockdown, while services fear poverty will now rise.
Some of our community's most vulnerable benefited from increased welfare payments at the height of the pandemic, but social services say there's still been significant financial strain.
We've found we've had an increase in clients presenting with increased utility bills due to being home for so long.
A new Anglicare Victoria reports found soaring utility bills, household debt like rent and rising credit card debts being the leading causes of financial distress during the pandemic.
Credit cards are a significant impact, but also utility bills.
Credit cards have gone up and rentals have also fallen behind.
Regional Financial Support Services say many clients battling rising bills are choosing to go without food or health checkups to pay bills or rent.
They don't buy enough food for their children while they're trying to manage keeping the power on and keeping in a property.
Alarmingly, more people also said they were going through a hard time battling issues such as family violence or mental illness while experiencing financial difficulties.
We know that family violence has been increasing. We also know that notifications of child protection have been increasing.
Shannon Schubert, Win News.
There have been reports of a fight between female students at Greater Shepparton College's Wanganui campus. Executive Principal Barbara O'Brien says the college is investigating the altercation yesterday afternoon and is taking appropriate action. She also says any violence and bullying is completely unacceptable and it doesn't reflect the culture being built at the school or the behaviour of the majority of students. Victoria's food reputation has received another boost with a world-renowned cheesemaker guiding a new factory to its first fromage. And those looking for a slice of the action will be at the wheel in just a couple of weeks.
From milk to wheel, this new cheese factory's daring to be different.
It is unique, having both a school that trains people in a variety of crafts and levels, but also then integrating it with a commercial cheese facility.
After launching earlier this month, the cheesemaking facility has just produced its first batches of all shapes and sizes, with renowned head cheesemaker Yvonne Lacheur at the helm.
Our plan is to make about 2,000 to 4,000 litres of milk to process, between 2,000 and 4,000 litres of milk per week, and that's about half a ton per cheese.
It's a concise process from skimming to flipping to pre-aging to ageing. No slices spared.
This rack of cheese alone has around 750 litres of milk and takes a year of ageing before it can be sold, giving you just a bit of an idea of how sophisticated the operations are.
Every cheese, every product will have its own rules to respect, his own environment, process, steps to respect to make the best cheese that we want to do.
While the school will run its first class next month for budding cheesemakers, the course booking out within a day.
Enrolments have gone very quickly. We will be scheduling more classes, however.
But you'll have to bree quick or you'll miss out. Will Hogan, Win News.
People with cancer in the Kyabram area are being encouraged to sign up to a new program. The 2-hour session held at Kyabram Hospital aims to provide wellness activities for people battling ill health. Run by the Cancer Council, it includes 1 hour of physical activity to help manage fatigue and an hour of social and educational support.
It's just a good opportunity for them to gather as a group and talk to people that are in a similar situation, that they might feel very alone and not have that support from people who understand what they're going through.
The free sessions run for 8 weeks and begin March 1. To register, contact Kyabram District Health Service. 19 local students have received support to reach their higher education dreams through the Lift-Off Scholarship Program. $106,000 will go towards helping them study medicine and other various degrees.
Maddie Dow will soon be off to study her dream degree in occupational therapy at Bendigo's La Trobe Uni. She's one of 2 students selected for a Lift-Off medical scholarship.
Something I've always sort of wanted to do, work in the health industry, and in my gap year last year, working as an allied health assistant, it sort of opened my eyes that OT was definitely what I wanted to do.
17 other Goulburn Valley students will also receive scholarships for various degrees, including Shaban Solomon, a science physics master's student who will now go on to do his PhD.
Helps me financially, look after my parents. My old man's not well, sadly, but hopefully every day we can try and make him okay, feel better. So I'm trying my best to make a life for ourselves.
The program aims to get more regional youth studying by reducing financial pressures and helping those who wouldn't otherwise be able to afford to do so. The Lift-Off program first began back in 2015, and since then more than $430,000 worth of scholarships has been handed out to 97 students to advance in their higher education. The supports come from various sponsorships, including Wow Women, the Rotary Club and La Trobe.
We're really keen, obviously, to provide opportunity for the students in our region to come to La Trobe, and particularly to reach students who otherwise wouldn't be able to if they didn't get a little bit of assistance.
Renee Arndt, Win News.
The nation's top dog will witness the country's top dogs battle it out next month. Governor-General David Hurley will attend the Sheepdog Trial Championships, honouring the relationship between working dogs and those on the land.
Putting their best paw forward.
It's the Melbourne Cup of the sheepdog trialling world.
Today marks the launch of the National Sheepdog Trial Championships, with Brack the Collie sniffing out the competition before things kick off in March. This is just a warm-up though. The real event has much higher stakes.
We've got 15 minutes and every person starts with 100 points. And then we direct the dog around the sheep to bring the sheep down to us and then through some obstacles, finally ending in the pen.
The pros may make it look easy, but it takes years of training to get dogs like Pip to this level. Their owners say it's all about capitalising on the dog's natural ability.
What you must have is an instinct in the dog, and that basic instinct in the dog is to block the escape.
Handlers, confident working dogs will always play a vital role on Australian farms.
The best way to handle stock is to handle them carefully, and sheepdogs are the ones that do that best.
catch them in action from the 9th to the 14th of March at Hull Showground. Eliza Watson, Win News.
And after the break this Tuesday, the Revhead receiving legend status for his love of hot rodding. Plus, the young Shepparton auctioneer battling it out to be named the best caller. We need your help to join the fight to save our voices. Visit change.org/save our voices to register and help us keep regional media alive.
It's the biggest wow, yes, swimming with lions. Wow Week continue 7:30 tonight.
I feel like something new.
Discover a new world of deliciousness.
Murray River salted double chop.
Try the new Tim Tam crafted collection. What more could you wish for?
I'm the magpie, collecting Flybuys points and shiny dollars off my shop. Yeah, I'm ducking out for toot roll, rissoles, bread rolls, and probably some chicken chips. I'm the mayor of Rundle Mall, minister of freebies, catalog connoisseur. I give her Flybuys.
At Terry White Chemmart, we're adding real value every day with our own range of high-quality products, including pharmacy-only medicines, to give your family the best possible care at our lowest everyday prices. Real value every day at Terry White Chemmart.
You've seen them on TV, now you can have one too. Get your own complete bathroom package from Beaumont's. Everything for under 10 grand. That's crazy value. With incredible savings and the latest looks, you'll be happy you chose Beaumont's.
Traffic. Half-price summer sale on now. Daywear half-price. Coordinates half-price. Casual gear half-price. Traffic. Half-price summer sale now on. Corner Morden Friars Streets, Shepparton.
Struth. Did you know that many other paint brands are foreign-owned? Yep, you got that right. But Hames Paint is Australian-made and owned. That's something to think about next time you're buying paint. Get your Hames Paint now at Walls and Windows.
Wobble Tea Sprinklers. For large areas, Australian-made and owned. Award-winning for their efficiency with add-on ability. And for smaller areas, use the Clever Drop Sprinkler, also with add-on ability. Wobble Tea, celebrating 22 years of Australian manufacturing. Available from leading hardware stores and rural retail outlets. Visit wobbletea.com.au.
Our member-owned banking services are united by a single purpose: to help our members achieve their financial goals. We've helped you follow your passions, build strong communities, and bring your dreams to life. Who we are is reflected in the strength, diversity, and lives of the people and communities we belong to. We're banking with a difference. We're for purpose, not for profit. We're here to make your life and where you live better. To invest in the things that matter, to serve, support and celebrate you, to connect, understand and help you achieve, and to unleash what's possible. We are GMCU.
Could you keep your balance if $250,000 was on the line?
You have to risk everything to play for that $250,000. Contemplate how you'd feel if you went home tonight with nothing.
The Cube premieres 7:30 tomorrow on Win.
The Australian government has announced additional amendments to the Media Bargaining Code, which could see Facebook news pages back up in coming days. But the real fight for regional news is not with Facebook, it's with the federal government and its outdated media laws, which threaten the future of regional news. The best way to show your support and ensure the future of the industry is to continue watching the news each night at 6. You can also sign the petition on the Save Our Voices website to have those outdated federal government laws changed. For viewers who like to keep up to date while on the run, you can still follow us on these social media pages. The handles are on your screen. Livestock auctioneers have gone at it hammer and tong today at the Shepparton sale yards. 10 contestants battled it out in a bid to win the prestigious Victorian Young Auctioneers competition.
Cattle and money weren't the only things on the line at the Shepparton sale yards today. Auctioneers from across the state took to the stage to try and claim victory at the state round of Alpia's Distinguished Young Auctioneer of the Year competition.
Well, you look for the quality of your cattle, I guess, and you look for your weight and what you're selling, so you got to be really onto it with what's in front of you.
The contestants had just minutes to sell the cattle and themselves to the judges.
They'll sell their very, very best ability, and it's not necessarily the price that they achieve for the steers, it's the way in which they conduct themselves all around the scope. We believe that auctioneering is something whereby you can't make an auctioneer, you can mould an auctioneer.
Each auctioneer bringing a different skill set.
I work for South Gippsland Livestock now for about 5 years, and started selling about 3 or 4 months ago.
Well, I've been doing it now for 3.5 years. Just got into it with hands-on learning, I guess. You get put in your market centre and get asked to sell, and from there on you sort of just roll your sleeves up and get into it.
The winner and runner-up will go on to the Sydney Rural Easter Show to compete for the national title.
It's a milestone in any young auctioneer's career to even compete in this competition.
A brand new experience, so it's pretty exciting. It'll be great to win, obviously, but just privileged to be here.
Morgan Dyer, Win News.
A regional Victorian who cemented street rodding in Australia as a respected family sport has been formally recognised by the Street Rod Foundation. Bob Dykes has been given the Top Legends Award for his trailblazing work.
For hot rodder Bob Dykes, the love of cars has always run deep. A passion that leapt off the pages of US hot rod magazines in the 50s and onto the bitumen.
I started getting involved with this sort of car when I was 14, from American magazines and that sort of pictures. There was a couple of hot rod pictures that had come out, movies.
Bob's passion would soon see him become a trailblazer in the field, establishing the Rockers Hot Rod Club in Melbourne and being an early president of the Victorian Hot Rod Association.
Like hot rods in those days were a bit less, exotic than what they are now, and it was just the natural path that we were able to take.
Under his leadership, this new sport was organised in a fashion to be taken seriously and properly regulated.
That started us on the way, and then we turned it into a club.
With Bob at the wheel, the first Australian Street Rod Nationals were held in 1973, paving the way for modern street rodding today. Now, after a lifetime of service to the sport, Bob's been awarded the coveted Legend Award status by the foundation. But it's his love of cars that keeps him fired up. Danielle Pope, Win News.
And it is time for sport with a bias. That's because we're talking bowls, Amy Duggan. It's the moment everyone's keen on. Finals have arrived.
That is right, Bruce. It's everything they work for, and there was plenty of action on the Stanhope Greens today with the first round of the finals for the GV Midweek Bowls. Shep Golf played Shep Park Tan for the first seat in the grand final, while it was a knockout for Tatura and Kyabram.
It was a windy day for the finals at Stanhope, with both games played out on the greens. Shep Park Tan and Shep Golf were fighting for the first seat in the grand final, and it was Park who had an early lead, up by 5 shots after 42 ends. Diane's rink was helping the tally along the way, adding 2 shots after this end. Golf was staying competitive, also gaining some shots back, like this one here on Graham Waddell's rink.
Hold on.
But Park was able to hold on to their lead, gaining 32 shots in the last third of the game, defeating Golf by 18. And it was Tatura Hilltop and Kyabram in the knockout game. Things were looking positive for Kai past the halfway mark, leading by 9 shots.
Beautiful bowl, well done.
With Mary Greco's side adding 2 shots to Kai's tally.
2, Mary.
But it wasn't long before Tatura Hilltop started to close the margin, with David Cartwright's rink adding 1 shot from this win near the ditch.
Stop, 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 stop. You've got shot. Beautiful. Right, Denzel.
Lee Farrell's team also able to help shrink the scoreboard to just a few shots between the sides.
Right, Lee.
But Kyabram managed to hold on to their lead in the end, ending Tatura's finals campaign by 4 shots, with Kyabram to play Shep Golf in the semi-final next week. Renee Arndt, Win News.
Benalla export Becky Webster was AFLW Round 4's Rising Star nominee after an impressive game between the Cats and the Saints. Despite her team going down to the Saints, Webster landed 24 disposals. The young guns continuing to prove she is one to watch after claiming the nomination in her 14th game over 2.5 seasons. Webster will now be in the running to be named Best Overall Rising Star at the end of this season. People of all ages and all abilities took to the pitch at Shepparton's Princess Park today. The annual GV Harmony Cup welcomes people with a disability from across the state to take in an all-inclusive game of cricket.
Hits, runs and laughs filled Shepparton's Princess Park for the GV Harmony Cup.
Those with all abilities, with a few special needs, for them to be able to run around and do something that the normal person every day in the street can do. Here's their chance to do that.
The annual event brings people from schools and disability services together to play all-inclusive games of cricket.
There's a round-robin competition on all the smaller little ovals, played with plastic bats and balls, modified rules. And there'll be a winner's trophy at the end of the day.
The day aims to teach participants new skills, form new friendships and remind them anything is possible.
It's all about teams and all about fun and learning sports.
12 teams from across the region took part in the event.
From Bendigo, Echuca, Lockington.
We've been practicing for it and it's just getting everyone together as a united group.
The event is in its 5th year and is run by the Shepparton United Cricket Club.
Part of our club wanting to put a little bit back into the community, and this is our way to join in with something that we all like as cricketers, and obviously, 140 people today like it as well.
Good job, well done in the field. Well done. Good job.
Morgan Dyer, Win News.
And that is it from me today.
Lovely. Thank you very much for that, Amy. Well, it might be the last week of summer, but it's slowly getting warmer again.
Federal agents, heads up! New season, new cases. From the show that's got it all.
Fun, sexy, dangerous, trails, intrigue.
Oh, this is getting good.
New NCIS. Tonight, after The Amazing Race. Followed by the new season of NCIS LA.
With the world turned on its head, many of us aren't feeling like ourselves. But what happens in your head doesn't have to stay there. There are things we can do to feel better, like staying connected, keeping busy, and being active. How's your head today? For info, advice and professional support, visit headtohealth.gov.au. Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
Voltaren Osteogel 12 hourly for a joint pain. She'll start exercising again.
With just 2 applications a day, Voltaren Osteogel 12 hourly gives you joint pain relief for the whole day and all night.
Actually, exercise is not so bad.
Voltaren, the joy of movement.
We're Victorians. We know fire.
We know how devastating bushfires can be to our beautiful state.
So we know you should check the fire danger rating every day.
How well do you know fire?
Authorised by the Victorian Government.
What is money for? If not for the place you call home, or your very own business.
We can help with whatever matters most. NAB, more than money.
Why don't you come on? For the pleasures all mine, never getting old. If you're looking for me, I'll be dancing in my own way.
You don't have to quit alone. You've got family to call on, mates to count on, and Nicorette's new spearmint gum, which acts fast and lasts. In fact, there are 141 fewer Aussie smokers each week. Now's the time to join the quitters.
It's chips! It's chips! Big
Black Dot sale. Up to 50% off. Up to 50% off kitchen and home decor. Up to 50% off Manchester and flooring. Up to 50% off indoor and outdoor furniture. Up to 50% off pets and craft. Look for the big Black Dot in store at Live Timber with Cheapers Chips.
Do you have a four-wheel drive that's overweight or simply can't tow your caravan legally? At T. James Shepparton, they're your local Lovells authorised dealer for all your GVM, towing and GCM upgrade solutions. Give the team at T. James Shepparton a call today.
Creative design for every style. Clever storage solutions. Maximised use of space. Quality cabinetry. Exquisite designs and finishes. Dream, design, create with KitchenWise.
Keep ahead with Coon's next generation hay and forage range. 2-machine pre-season finance from 0.99%. Increase productivity with Coon's triple gang mower conditioner. Perfect windrows with Coon's new MergeMax 1090 belt merger or full rotor rakes. Maximise results with Coon's new high performance VB 7100 series round baler or the SB 1290 ID large square baler. Offer ends 15th March 2021. Terms and conditions apply. See your Coon dealer for details.
This report brought to you by Coon Farm Machinery. Be strong, be Coon.
Hello again. A few clouds about and some light showers, gusty at times, and temperatures well below average. Shepparton got down to 11 overnight, eventually hitting 23. Denny hit a sunny top of 24 degrees. Trumping that was Tocumwal and Yarrawonga with 25 degrees. In the south of the viewing region, not making double digits overnight, eventually topping out at 19 degrees in Mansfield, Eildon and Alexandra. Let's take a look at the charts. A high in the west is extending a ridge across southern Victoria as it moves slowly east. Tomorrow another high will develop over the southern Tasman Sea, extending another ridge back west towards Bass Strait. To the forecast for tomorrow, partly cloudy with moderate south to southeasterly winds. We should see a cooler day for Denny, 26 degrees. Tocumwal also aiming for 26. Echuca slightly cooler, 9 tonight, 25 tomorrow. Rushy seeing a top of 26. Alexandra again, single digits overnight, but aiming for 23 degrees tomorrow. Let's take a look at Shep, 9 degrees tonight, 26 and partly cloudy. In the capital, Melbourne, we should see a top of 20 degrees, also partly cloudy. In the days ahead, Thursday will be sunny with light winds. We should see Shepparton aiming for a top of 29 degrees. Denny and Yarrawonga both cracking it with 30 degrees. Friday's looking mostly sunny with some warm conditions about. A slight dip in temperatures. Echuca bound for 27 degrees. That's also matched in Shepparton. Then Saturday, good news for your sports. We get a boost in temperatures, but there will be a few clouds about and there is a slight chance of showers in the east. So make sure you're rung up tonight. Thanks for your company across the Goulburn Valley and Southern Riverina this Tuesday, February 23. That's how we saw your news. Good night.
This has been a Win News presentation. Win News, Regional Australia's #1 news source.